Hey everybody, the following is an excerpt from the monthly Rahdo Roundup, and if you'd like to see the rest of the roundup, you can hit that eye up in the top right corner of the screen, or if you'd like to know more about the game, you can follow the link down in the show notes. And with that out of the way, let's talk about Glory Islands, which is a very, very cool game. Essentially, it's a pirates trying to dig up buried treasure and, claim islands and all of that. But really, at its heart, it's a fairly abstract game. The gameplay is very sharp. What you do every round is you have a hand of cards. They're all numbered 1 to 5. Everybody simultaneously reveals a card. And the higher, I forget. I think it's the higher the value, the faster you go. Either the higher the value, the faster you go, or the lower the value, the faster you go. So it's an initiative system, much like Gloomhaven Initiative. But there are some definite interesting twists. Because if I play a 4, that determines what my turn order is going to be relative to everybody else. In a 2-player game, there's a dummy player that works really nice and really smooth. But that also determines how far I'm going to be able to move my ship around the board. And also where I'm going to be able to place my pirate on the islands when it gets where it's going. So these are effectively multi-use cards, because every card I play, I care about going first or last, because maybe I want you to go before me, because you will actually create an opportunity for me by clearing out an island so I can move in. Because there's a lot of stuff we're doing. We're doing set collection for treasure. We're doing kind of area majorities for filling up these islands, and then they empty out, and then they can start being filled up again. We're also racing, because if you go for a bigger, heavier move, if you go for a 4 or a 5, the bigger the move you make, the more exhausted you become. There's a victory point track, but then there's kind of an effort track. And the more you exert effort, the faster you travel on that effort track. And that means every time you move up that effort track, you're losing points at the end of the game. So it's interesting. You're kind of incentivized to not do very much, to go slow, to take it easy, so you'll get more points by expending less effort. But if you expend that effort, you'll be able to make bigger jumps and have more control over what you're going to do. And it's kind of interesting. I definitely enjoyed the game. I do think it's going to work well with more players, though, compared to 2. The dummy player that kind of replicates a third player does a good job, but is not as compelling to play against as a human player. And the interesting thing is, my wife, Jen, when she played it, she basically went the route of, hey, exert as little effort as possible to get as many points as possible. And the game encourages and incentivizes that. But then it also creates a situation where maybe you're not doing as cool and big and brave and exciting stuff. You're just kind of like, oh, well, okay, if I'm only going to move 1 or 2 steps, well, I guess I'll take care of this. But I held on to some points. And that worked. It was smart. But for Jen, she just enjoyed it less because she was basically following one strategy, which is play a very conservative game, score more points at the end, but don't do as much during. I'm not saying it's the fault of the game, because I do think the game is going to be at its best when everybody is pushing and jostling and trying to get to the first spots they can, because there's big bonuses to be had for crossing certain thresholds around the board. Overall, it's a very, very sharp design. I would definitely love to play it again at a higher player count somewhere down the road with players like me who are bold and fast moving and are making those big epic moves and changing the world with every turn. So I definitely enjoyed my time with Glory Islands. Sorry, not island, islands. And that was number 14 on the list. Okay. And thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It makes a huge difference, believe me. But with that out of the way, if you'd like to see some more, over on the left, you can find a playlist of a whole bunch more Rahdo Rapid reviews. Up in the top right, there's the latest thing that's been added to the channel. And in the bottom right, you've got something YouTube recommends. Okay, folks, thanks for watching.